It's easy, isn't it, to stroll around feeling superior as humans, sipping overpriced coffees, browsing Twitter arguments, and ignoring our alarms every morning. But if we're honest, without one specific trick up our evolutionary sleeve, we'd be just another forgettable entry in nature's scrapbook, right next to the woolly mammoths and disco music. Sure, humans can't match a chimpanzee in a fair fight. Our best boxer would be embarrassingly battered by any reasonably fit primate, probably even by a lazy badger. Nor can we soar like eagles, swim like dolphins, or creep people out quite like snakes. But here's the twist. It turns out we have something far stranger and vastly more powerful: our extraordinary ability to make stuff up. Yes, that's right. Humans rule the world simply because we're exceptionally talented at talking absolute nonsense. And not just normal nonsense like gossip or political promises. We dream up stories, bizarre, entirely fictional tales that somehow convince thousands, even millions of strangers to cooperate. This power isn't quite as impressive as telekinesis or mind reading, but it's arguably far more useful. After all, telekinesis won't get you a mortgage or a cup of coffee, but shared fictions about money, nations, or religions, they run the entire planet. Take something as simple as bananas. No, seriously, think about bananas. A chimp wants a banana, it climbs a tree. Simple. But when you crave a banana, it usually involves at least half the world. Someone you've never met grows it, someone else packs it, yet another complete stranger transports it thousands of miles, and a bored teenager finally scans it through a till at Tesco while making aggressive eye contact. And why? Because we humans have collectively decided that little bits of colored paper or plastic cards are worth precisely one bunch of bananas. It's like a grand universal game of make-believe, except we're all deadly serious about it. Unlike chimps, who generally prefer not to deal with strangers unless it involves grooming, we humans enthusiastically trust countless unknown people every day, usually without thinking. We'll sit on buses driven by people we've never met, place our faith in pilots whose names we don't know, or let total strangers jab us with needles simply because they're wearing white coats. We're quite literally betting our lives on collective fiction, confident that the pilot isn't secretly a Labrador in sunglasses. It's this storytelling gift that has allowed humans to do astonishingly complicated things. Take the moon landing. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin didn't just pop down to the shops. Thousands upon thousands cooperated, from miners digging for metal, engineers designing spacecraft, to mathematicians calculating precise trajectories, all thanks to a shared narrative called "Let's put a human on that glowing rock up there." Compare that to ants. Ants are great at teamwork, famously hard-working, though, to be fair, not brilliant conversationalists. But they're desperately uncreative. If ants ran the world, we'd still be building the same mud towers we built millions of years ago, never evolving beyond carrying crumbs or marching in straight lines, just politely queuing forever. Ants never think, "I'm bored of being a worker, I fancy being a poet or possibly a chef." There's no ant bake-off, and frankly, they're loss. Humans, on the other hand, never stop changing their stories. One day we all agree kings are essential because a pigeon dropped magic oil on someone's head. Genuinely, that's how we justified monarchies. And the next day we decide kings are rubbish, chop their heads off and vote for a president instead. Now imagine ants attempting that. Total chaos. However, as remarkable as this storytelling power might be, it does have its downsides. For example, the unfortunate tendency of humans to follow some frankly absurd narratives, like thinking one small island nation is better than all others just because it invented custard creams and queuing, or believing that a football club you've never played for, filled with players you'll never meet, actually represents something about you personally. It's like taking pride in another person's height. And there's always that awkward moment when you realize your life revolves around imaginary things invented by people long dead. Money, corporations, religions, and even your favorite TV show. Essentially, we're all living in a giant fantasy novel written by humans who've convinced us it's non-fiction. In short, our species' greatest triumph isn't opposable thumbs or rocket science. No, humanity's real superpower is our unmatched ability to create elaborate fictional realities and believe them with absolute sincerity. Without this ability, we'd probably still be sitting around nervously watching hyenas eat our dinner. So next time you're at the supermarket handing over coloured paper in exchange for bananas, take a moment to appreciate just how ridiculously brilliant and also just plain ridiculous we truly are.